What is up, guys? Hokage Puya here. Every time I cringe at myself when I do an intro like that. Sometimes I feel like when I say that and I try to say it fast, it jumbles up my words. What's up, guys? Hokage Puya here. What's up, guys? Hokage Puya. It's like a tongue twister. But anyway, Bayern today, 2 wins out of 2 in the Bundesliga. Good start for Ow, I just scratched a freaking. Oh my god, I just scratched a scab off my thigh. Um. Anyway, Bayern win today, 2-0 against Freiburg. 2 out of 2 in the Bundesliga for Kompany so far. If I'm to sum up today's game, it's a little bit timid. Today was a little bit timid for Bayern for their first home game of the season at Allianz Arena. To be that timid was not the best look, in my opinion. I'm just being completely honest. I was impressed with a lot of the players today in the squad. It's just it didn't mesh into a fully dominant, big boy performance against Freiburg. Now, Freiburg, people say, oh, Freiburg sucks, this and that, only 2-0. Freiburg smacked Stuttgart up 3-1 in opening day of the Bundesliga last weekend. So we had to show Freiburg some level of respect going to this game. And to be honest, just to hit on Freiburg a little bit, Freiburg, their press was really good. In the first half, the first 15, 20 minutes, the press Freiburg was putting us under was pretty impressive. There, I could tell already from this season with the new manager that they are a more disciplined team for sure. The press was the press, sometimes teams in the Bundesliga tend to press irresponsibly. That's something I would definitely say some Bundesliga teams do, especially when it comes to facing Bayern. A lot of times your Bochums and those guys will press almost without structure. Today, Freiburg were pressing us very well, left to right, through the middle, structured. If one player pressed, the other players covered his position. They were tough to break down. Freiburg were tough to break down, but in the end, we won 2-0. The only real chance Freiburg had all game was the penalty they got in the very last kick of the game, and Höller, the clown, misses it. He skies it over to Mars. I think the ball, guys, the ball is still in orbit, so we don't know when that's going to land. Let's hope it does not land anywhere where kids are playing. We don't want to kill any kids, Höller. So, Höller, we don't want to send you to prison, basically, but horrible penalty. Ends the day off 2-0. I'm sure Neuer was happy about that. Neuer likes his clean sheets. He hates when he concedes those last-minute goals in games. He always gets visibly angry. But to hit on Bayern today, first half was a lot better. The timidness I'm talking about, oh my, I swear, if my phone starts blowing up while I'm filming this video, the timidness I'm talking about was a lot in the second half. The first half, took us about 10, 15 minutes to get adapted to what Freiburg was trying to do, the press they were putting us under. But after that, after 10, 15 minutes, Musiala and Olise were fantastic first half. Musiala, untouchable, dribbling past 5 players all the time. You can't take the ball off him. Tell got into good positions in the first half. Olise, man. Olise's passing. Something I love about Olise is his balls into the final third. His passing, he's an effective final third player. He had the ball in behind to Gnabry that we almost scored on. Gnabry almost put it up to Musiala to score, but Olise and Musiala were fantastic first half. My phone. I'm going to go throw my phone into the freaking river. There's no river near my house, but let's just hope whoever that is shuts the F up while I'm trying to talk right now. First half, good. I thought that we should have went away after the first half. We should have went into halftime with more goals. We should have. The penalty was cool. The penalty was great, and it was a penalty. The rule book states if your hand is in the air like that in the box, this high, no matter if you're jumping or not, and the ball hits it, it's a penalty. That's pretty consistent throughout Europe. So yeah, no, Freiburg shouldn't feel hard done by. The rules are the rules. We should have went into halftime 2-0 up, 3-0 up. I didn't like going to halftime only 1-0 and the only goal being a penalty. Harry Kane, by the way, getting his first goal of the season. Let's hope for a lot more. But in the second half comes around, and basically from the second half, I could tell, okay, Kompany's still figuring out this squad. Vincent Kompany is still trying to figure out, all right, who's going to be my starting 11? This was a very experimental game. These first 2 games, very experimental. Something I will say, he stuck with Upamecano and Kim Min-jae as the center back duo, and they shut a lot of hitters up today. Kim Min-jae and Upa were very, very good. They locked it down. I can't think of any mistakes they actually made throughout the game. Defending crosses well, holding their position well, playing out of the back well. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano, hats off to them after a rough start last weekend. But something I noticed about Kompany is that he needs to figure out what Kimmich is, because he tried to play Kimmich in the first half as a hybrid midfielder slash right back, and sometimes that left us exposed. You kind of saw Freiburg had one chance where they switched it to the field, and Vincenzo Grifo was left 1v1 with Upamecano, and luckily he shot it right to Neuer's hands. But that could have been a worse scenario. You know what I mean? And that all stemmed from Kimmich out of position because Kompany was instructing him to play as an inverted right back, basically play midfield, because Pavlovic was the single midfielder. You cannot play in the Bundesliga with one man pivot midfield. You can't. You'll get eaten alive. And so Kimmich had to be in there to support. But yeah, Kompany needs to figure out what Kimmich's role is, because right back, midfield, figure it out soon. I'm sure when Stanisic is back, I think the whole reason why Kimmich was playing right back slash midfield stroke midfield is because Josip Stanisic got injured. I'm sure when Stanisic is back in like a month or two that Kimmich will slot right back into midfield, and then Kompany can have his pick of Pavlovic, Kimmich, Leimer, Palinha, all those guys, even Goretzka in there as the fifth string midfielder. So lots of options. I like it. I thought with Kimmich in midfield, I thought we had more control of the game. When Kimmich in the second half actually played more as a out and out right back, you saw Pavlovic alone, even with support from Kimmich and all those guys and Musiala, couldn't control the game as well. Unlike in the first half where he had an actual midfield partner. So again, figure out Kimmich, Kompany, establish. Is he going to be right back or midfielder? I'm sure he's going to be midfielder when Josip Stanisic is back, but just some questions. Pavlovic, fantastic today. Pinging balls, fantastic passing. You guys, you can't press Pavlovic. He has that Spanish quality of he's unpressable. He's always checking his shoulder. He knows the surroundings. So great game from Pavlovic. A little underwhelmed by Harry Kane. I won't lie. Harry Kane again doing his thing, dropping deep. But at a certain point, man, I want Harry Kane to stop dropping deep, because when we have Olise, when we have Musiala, all these guys, we don't need you to drop deep as much, Harry Kane. And I know that's part of your game, but we need you to get in that box and be a presence in the box. Okay? We're making your job easier. We're asking you to have an easier job, and he still is reluctant to have an easier job. He still wants to drop in deep and create space for himself. But Kane looks fit. I won't lie. He looks fit. You could definitely tell in the Euros in the end of last season, the guy was playing through his back injury and like whatever other knee or ankle injury he had. So Kane does look fit. So that's great to see. Olise, I said, baller, absolute baller. And then Thomas Muller, man, coming off the bench. Are we going to see another Thomas Muller like little revival under Kompany? Because I'm not going to lie, dude, Thomas Muller seems to be fitting in really well with what Kompany's trying to do, either starting like he did in the Pokal or coming off the bench like he did today. Absolutely world-class goal. Serge Gnabry today was also excellent. I think he was the man of the match, but Gnabry, beautiful left-footed ball to Muller. Muller back to the player, controls the ball, left-footed finish, ends the game off 2-0, kills the game off there, showing his experience. Thomas Muller, man, that was a fantastic finish. And I think he's already on 3 goals this season. Can Thomas Muller have a little bit of a goal-scoring revival this season under Kompany? You never know, no. Yeah, you never know, no. You never know, dude. You never know. So I'm interested to see how Thomas Muller navigates this super sub and sometimes starting role with Kompany, because he already looks way more effective than he did under Tuchel. 100%. He already looks like when he's on the field, more involved, more, involved in the play and getting in more dangerous positions than he was under Tuchel. So that's good to see. So yeah, my takeaways from the game, I really say I titled this video "Timid Bayern beat Freiburg" because I wanted more from the second half, and I think from the fans you could tell they wanted more. But it's okay, dude. Clean sheet, 2-0 on a weekend where Leverkusen drops points. Whenever Leverkusen drops points, Bayern, we for sure can't drop points. We need to keep winning, keep it going, keep the momentum. The Champions League will start soon. We're going off to international break soon. Actually, no, we're going off to international break now. So expect my international videos to come. Germany, AFC, all those guys. I think it's the Nations League, and then AFC is doing their World Cup qualifying. So yeah, Bayern, a win is a win. It wasn't a bad game. So compared to the Wolfsburg game last weekend, where the first half we were excellent, and second half we were so shaky, I would say today's performance on a positive note is that it was more consistent. from minute 1 to minute 90, the defensive performance was more consistent. Freiburg's only real big chance was okay. No, Freiburg had two big chances. One was the penalty at the end, like last kick of the game. The other big chance Freiburg got was from that very unlucky clearance that Upamecano did, and it smashed Pavlovic in the face, and it fell. I forget who it fell to for Freiburg, but that was a big chance they had, but that wasn't of their making. That was just extremely unfortunate, extremely unlucky for Bayern, for Upamecano to get that deflected off of Pavlovic's big fat nose into the path of the Freiburg player. So I'm happy with it. The defense, all that matters for me is the defense looked more solid, and that when we were attacking, when we were going forward, Gnabry looks revitalized. He looks fit. Coman, when he came on, was giving us runs in behind and looking dangerous. And Musiala and Olise, they were fantastic, man. When those guys were linking up and getting into their rhythm, they looked really dangerous. So Bayern wins a win, 2-0. On to the next one. We'll be back after international break. Yeah, I think this is a good note to leave it on. Improve, improve, improve. Kompany's never going to get it perfect from the start. And yeah, guys, it's been a Kagapuya. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.